video is dedicated to the movie that was just released on Disney Plus, Pixar's latest venture, which is Luca. Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel where I talk about movies like a lot. I do movie reviews, I do trailer reactions, and then I analyze movies to a deeper extent. If you like anything that you heard, go ahead and click the subscribe button, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Like I said in the beginning, this video is going to be a movie review of Luca, which is Pixar's latest release on Disney Plus and in theaters. I was able to stream it on Disney Plus. Seeing it in theaters might have been a little bit of a different option, but we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the good stuff, the bad stuff, and then what I finally think about the movie as a whole. Two young boys experience an unforgettable Italian summer filled with gelato, pasta, and endless scooter rides. But all the fun is threatened by a deeply held secret. They are sea monsters from another world just below the water's surface. Now, before I get into the positives and the negatives of this review, let me tell you about what I really thought about this movie overall as just a general sense of the movie. I feel like a lot of people, just in general, watch this movie without knowing a whole lot, without seeing any of the major trailers that had been released from Pixar. I definitely was one of those people. I didn't see anything but the first teaser trailer that was released in whatever month that was. It was a while ago. If you want to see that trailer reaction, you can go ahead and click the cards up above. My trailer reaction will be up there, as well as a couple of my thoughts on the movie and predictions possibly that may or may not have come true. Overall, what I've thought about this movie is that it was a very sweet, lighthearted, very fun summer movie to just watch for fun. As always, from Pixar, the animation is gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful. The voice actors are top-notch. Everything was very crisp and very well directed. I do think also that there are some story things that could be fixed, but we'll talk about that later in my next portion of the review, which is the positives and the negatives. Before I get into that part, go ahead and click the like button if you like what I've said in this video already, and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you really like what I've said. Go ahead and hit the bell notification icon to be one of the first people to know when I upload a new video. Let's start out with the positives, and the positives is that the animation is gorgeous. I absolutely loved watching this as a creative and visual masterpiece. I think the water simulations in this are phenomenal. It's really cool. A lot of the transformations that occur in this movie between, fish people and land people are really cool to watch, and just how they were able to incorporate that between the two worlds. There's a lot of fun in this movie. I feel like this was very much tailored towards children, and for them to be able to enjoy it more than adults. It's just a fun summer experience that you can just see whenever you want. And you get to play with these kids. You feel like you're alongside of them, discovering all these fun things, doing all these crazy stunts, and then just kind of living life as a kid. The voice work in this is absolutely top-notch. I was so impressed by the voice work in this. I loved it. The Italian accents were a little less desirable. It was kind of funny, but the scenery was gorgeous. I loved everything that was just visually incredible, and it sounded great. Here's a plug that you didn't see coming. Disney Plus has released this new show called Zenimation, which is basically the animation with only the sound effects. It's hard for me to explain, but it's basically dedicated to all the sound designers and artists who work in Disney and are dedicated to producing a more realistic sound in accompaniment with the rest of the Disney movie, along with the voice actors and the music score. It's a really great way to relax, so if you want to watch Disney's Zenimation, go ahead and go onto Disney Plus right now. Look it up. It's amazing. It's gorgeous, and for somebody who loves all areas of production, it's just so cool to see. I did like a few of the characters. The characters that I did like were not the main characters, but I did like the main characters, don't get me wrong. But the side characters were really what pulled at my heart a little bit more. Those are the positive things that I found. Let's go into the negatives, which is not necessarily negative as in this is horrible, but it's just negative in terms of how I perceive it. By the way, since we're on the track of animated movie features, I did a review on The Mitchells vs. the Machines when it first came out. You can find that video up in the cards and check it out if you really like what I'm saying on right now. You'll really like that review. I thought that movie was really cool. Now let's move on to the negatives of this review. The biggest negative that I have for this has nothing to do with the visuals or the acting involved. I think both of them were very good. The major issue that I have is with storytelling, which I found to be very true across multiple other people that I've come across who have watched the movie, not only on YouTube but also on the street, people that I know. It's not that it's a bad movie, it's just that it's a very basic story. I feel like this is on the same level of The Good Dinosaur for Pixar level things. I didn't come back from this movie forever changed. I just had a lot of fun watching it, and some life lessons, yes, but not to the point where they were just driven into my heart and staying there. Pixar normally with their storytelling does a very good job at hitting home where it really hurts, but also doing it in a way where you don't feel horrible afterwards. I think the story was just very basic. If you've seen any movie, anytime, anywhere, this is a very basic movie to follow along with, and you could predict everything. Another thing is a lot of the world building is not explained at all. There's this whole concept of being a fish out of water, like quite literally. If you've seen any trailer for Luca, you'll know that that's kind of the premise of it. There's a world clashing where two worlds are not in communication with each other. They don't ever interact ever, like they try not to, because both sides are afraid of each other for reasons that I don't understand other than basic common sense, because we all know the stories of like sea monsters and stories from other people who have been shipwrecked and they're like, oh, it was a sea monster. Other than that, there's no reason for the fish people to be scared of the surface world, other than the fact that they steal their fish, or not steal their fish, kill their fish, and are, only reason that they come around is to kill something. But it's not exactly explained why they're both scared of each other. I understand the basic necessities of why, but they never explain it explicitly. They also don't explain the fact that fish people can transform into humans, but humans can't transform into fish people. There's also a couple of other things that aren't explained and I think would be really good story points. And this is kind of venturing into spoiler territory, but I'm just gonna say it generically. But there's this one character with a specific catchphrase, and the catchphrase references a name, and they never explain the name, but it's implied that the name is something in that person's life. Also, at the same time, I feel like if they explained it further, it would hit home a lot harder. If you want to know what I'm thinking about, you can just comment down below and ask me, and I'll explain it with a spoiler warning. This is a very basic movie. I'm very glad that I didn't pay $30 or $12 to see this in the movie theaters or on streaming for premium access. The major thing that I have problematically with this movie is that there's no driving force for this movie. A lot of it just kind of happens. There's a line where one of the characters says, why do you want a Vespa so bad? And they were just like, we don't even know. We just want to explore the world. But overall, I do think that this movie was very cute, very fun. It wasn't a bad movie. It just kind of just did it. It exists. That's great. So to sum up my complete movie review, if I would either see this movie in theaters, buy it, or rent it, I would choose to rent it, which means stream it on Disney Plus for free, because it's just a fun movie, but I wouldn't necessarily buy it or see it in the movie theaters. If I was a child, then maybe I would want to see it in theaters, but as an adult, I really wouldn't want to, and it's fine. It's a fun little movie, but it's not anything to just really be like, wow, we need to see this in theaters with everything. Like, I need to see it with a dark room and the surround sound and popcorn in my hand. Like, I'm okay. What did you guys think of the movies? Let me know in the comments down below. What do you guys think the movie could be? Let me know. Down in the comment section, we have a lot of fun down there. Me and two people. It's great. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great random Thursday, and I will see you on the other side of the screen.